Well, well, well. Well, hi there. How are you doing today? Fancy seeing you here. So what are we talking about today? Well, when is it time to get a new guitar? And if you would ask me that, I would normally just respond yes. So when's the time to get a yes? Yes, that makes the most sense to me. And video done. All right, thank you guys. And after I thought, well, that's just ridiculous. Then I kind of thought, it's like, well, actually, there are quite a few reasons why it could be a good idea to get a new guitar, like more serious reasons than just yes. So I'd be curious if you guys have some to add as well. And I'm going to go over a few different examples that I think could be a good situation for you as a player to get a new guitar. So let's go. Numero uno, and before we get going on any of these, I want to add, of course, the financial aspect is considered in all of this, so that's obviously going to be one of the biggest deciding factors is funds available to purchase a guitar. But with that set aside, the first one is maybe the guitar doesn't play that good anymore, and I don't mean like if your guitar has high action, new guitar, I need a new guitar, not that at all. What I'm saying is some situations, like maybe you have, maybe you're a beginner, you're starting on a starter guitar and you've played it. Sometimes these necks, the truss rods just get maxed out, they have too much bow in them, bad action. Maybe it needs like who knows, it could need a refret or something like that, just some really soft nickel in there or something. But, there's all kinds of situations where maybe fixing a not so great guitar would end up costing you as much, if not more, as possibly buying something used that would be a better instrument in the long run. So in that situation, I think that, it's kind of like a car. Like if you've already put all this money into this car and you're like, well, I can fix it again and put another, like $2,000 into it, or I can take that $2,000 and put it on a down payment to a new car. And I think that kind of like same mentality could be applied to guitar as well. It's just kind of like, well, do I want to dump $200-300 into fixing this guitar that's kind of maybe not so great even at its best, and then, or do I want to take it and put it into something new that is substantially better? So to me, that's an important one to consider, upgrading versus maybe purchasing a new guitar. So number two is maybe you have outgrown that guitar. Believe it or not, it happens. I know for me, it was just kind of like weird. I remember I had an Ibanez, and it was a great guitar. I just, felt like I was just ready for something else. It was like a weird feeling. I don't know, maybe someone else can relate to it, but I just kind of like knew that I was like, all right, I'm moving on to something else. I didn't know what I wanted, didn't know what to get or anything like that. I was just like, I think I've like kind of outgrown this guitar. And I'm not saying anything against Ibanez at all. Like I said, I had an RGA Prestige. It was a really good guitar, but I just kind of felt like I had outgrown it. I really wasn't looking for a shredder guitar anymore. I was getting way more into kind of just rocky blues stuff. Like I said, kind of getting out of the shred. So I think that my playing had outgrown, or at least I was adapting to a new style, and I didn't really find the inspiration in that one anymore. So that one is, to me, kind of a weird one to explain, but sometimes you just can tell, you can like feel that, okay, like I still love the guitar, but it's just not what I want to play anymore. So number three kind of ties into number two. Basically what I was talking about, like maybe you are developing into a new style of player, or maybe you are playing a style that just doesn't suit what you have. If you have a a BC Rich Warlock, and maybe you are playing at church, on something like that on Sundays, it might not be the guitar that fits. At the end of the day, play what you got, rock what you got. But maybe you need something more with single coils, a little more chimey sound, something like that. Then it could be a situation where it's like, oh, okay, I need the guitar that's gonna fit the gig. And whether you're playing that, maybe you're playing, in an AC/DC tribute band or something like that. You might need a guitar that's gonna fit the situation a whole lot more than your BC Rich Warlock or your 8-string, whatever guitar or something like that. So sometimes you need a guitar that fits the situation and fits the style to really kind of like hone in on that. Like a Tele. Maybe you're playing rock. Luckily, Tele covers a lot of ground or something like that. So maybe a Telecaster is a good one to look into. Those what is it? The Players series, American. I've seen Nobody Landon here on YouTube has one of them and has spoken very highly of them. So, like I said, I think style can be something really important and could kind of initiate the need for a new guitar. Okay, so this one is kind of maybe one that shouldn't be on the list, but I'm gonna add it on here anyways. So maybe it's a guitar that you have always wanted. I probably should have had the Richie Kotzen Telecaster in my hands for this part, but that was a guitar that I had always wanted. I wanted one for years and years and years. I remember, I don't even know how many years ago, 5, 6 years ago, maybe more. I remember when they first became available in the U.S. The music store that I was teaching at the time got one in, and they were at the time they were actually, I think, $1,100. So they've went up, unfortunately, quite a bit in price. But I just remember, like, I wanted one. I loved it. I loved the neck on it, the way it looked, all of it. And I just wanted one forever. And like I said, I made a video a couple months ago. I finally got one. It took like 6 years to finally get one. But I got it. I absolutely love that guitar. I play it all the time. And it was just a guitar that was kind of like a wish list guitar. So sometimes that can be a huge factor. Did I need the guitar? No, but it also inspired me a lot. So sometimes for your playing, as dumb or good as it might sound, and you can take it whatever you want, but a new piece of gear is incredibly inspiring. It can inspire new ideas. It can make you want to play a whole lot more. And I'm not saying you need to get a new guitar, every Tuesday if you want to stay motivated to practice and play and stuff like that. But there's no denying the impact that it can have. I mean, it makes you want to play. So maybe if it's possible and there's a guitar you've always wanted, I mean, granted, I've always wanted a 59 Les Paul. Never going to happen. But, I mean, if it's doable, maybe it's a good idea. And we'll wrap up here with this last one, which kind of doesn't really fit in with the rest, but it's something that I just thought could be added to the video maybe, and it's not necessarily a when, but it's a why, I guess. And that is, if you shop smart, I have plenty of friends. Steve from Boston is a guy I think of, who's a very good friend of mine, who buys guitars, and he finds them at these incredible deals. And a guitar can be a pretty safe investment. If you're buying one brand new, of course you can't flip it for the same price, unfortunately. You are going to lose money, but, it is something that if hard times happen and stuff like that, and you do have a few guitars, you can always sell a couple of them and at least get some, money out of them or something like that. So that's the way I've always kind of viewed them. It's like, if I need to, because I've done it before. I've sold all my guitars except for one. And, you know, it's always kind of in the back of my mind, like, hey, if I have to, I might be buying this new guitar, but if I have to, I can sell it and at least get some money back for it. So that's just something, you know, I thought I would add in here. Guitar is safe in a sense, a safe investment that, you know, typically you can flip them. You'll probably lose money, but, you know, it's something's a whole lot better than nothing. So that's up to you. You guys let me know some tips that you might have down below, and I'm going to bounce on out of here. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I will be seeing you all later. Peace out, homies, and keep on rocking.